We're live. Come on in, folks. We see you out there. We're happy you're here. I'm going to go to my Facebook now and make sure everybody else can get in here as well. Wonderful Facebook. Had a week of pre-recorded shows. We're live today, though. It's all good, except my voice, maybe. A little under the weather. Had a con last weekend. It's really a good show. I started losing my voice about halfway through the first day. So get to jabbering way too much. We got a great book for you to look at. Facebook's now open. The chat is live. So if you're here with us, chat's open. Please chime in. We've got a great book to look at. Glenn is here. Russ is not. Russ is off on a quick weekend trip, thanks to his wife. Last minute, last word, last warning. Happy wife, happy life, we say. All good. We wish him well. So come on in, folks. We see you out there. We're here for Comics by Night. We're going to run the opening and then get things underway. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to talk today. I've been hacking all night. And here we are.
What was that? This is not a charade. We need total concentration. Now, once again, this time, with you.
That's right. Comics by Night, folks. It's 5 a.m. where I am. I'm in the middle of Michigan. And happy to be here. My name's Randy Zimmerman. I'm your host. Arrow Comics is my publishing company. I've been printing for quite a while. The Atlantean is the current project. Artwork by Russ Leach. It is the further adventures of Cull and Brule from the fantastic Robert E. Howard short story, The Shadow Kingdom, which we adapted earlier. And now we're taking those characters and spinning them off on their own as they go traveling the surrounding, or the kingdom that Cull is king of, as well as the surrounding kingdoms, looking for a race of shape-shifting lizard people demons. So,
looking for trouble.
Looking for trouble. Trying to track them down. Now that Cull knows that they exist, he wants to get them all. So we'll see how that goes. Great stories, folks. Issue 2 is about 40%, I believe Russ said, inked. The campaign for that starts next week, March 3rd. So we hope that you'll keep your eyes open for that. It is a great story. The artwork is just unbelievable that Russ is doing. Every time I see an inked page, it just astounds me how much better he is, even from Atlantean 1. And Atlantean 1 is really, really good. Shadow Kingdom is great as well. And other than that, I'm currently working on a few other projects, putting together a collection of my first published series from Arrow Comics way back, many decades ago, Tales from the Aniverse, which is a funny animal space opera story. Serious funny animal book that I'm looking forward to collecting everything all together. I had a co-creator in on that, Susan Van Camp, who went on to paint a lot of Magic the Gathering cards, and has since, she's now concentrating on painting and working on her section of the Aniverse. And right now it's looking like a 3-book set, folks. We're going to have all of the short stories from Aniverse collected together in one book. Susan's Varsel's Vixen work, and there is quite a bit of that with a new, at least one new short story and a beautifully new painted cover for the second book, and then a collection of fan art and other production notes in the third book. And we just got offered a very big cover for that book that we're both really excited over, and can't wait to show it to you. We're hoping that we can get it in on time for the start of the campaign. That campaign will probably kick up in about the third quarter of this year once we get everything collected. And I want to do a couple more original short stories for that using those characters. So I'm reacquainting myself with stuff that I had done 40 years ago. It's like looking back and on a whole different creator. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We hope that you'll be there for the ride. Also with me this morning, my co-host, Mr. Glenn Fleming. Glenn, please introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. My name's Glenn Fleming. I'm a writer, artist, and publisher. I write books like this. This details my visits to see Jack Kirby at his home in California in 1988 and 1991. Lots of photographs in there for you to see. It's, really one of the best things I've ever done. I also draw, and this is my character Hatch, and this book is on Fund My Comic. It tells you that it details the origins of the character, shows you pencil work, inked and colored work, all kinds of stuff in there. It goes all the way through his life, his journey, as they say these days. I also occasionally publish Comics Unlimited, which is a 100-page magazine about comics. Lots of articles and interviews in there, featuring lots of things. And also, people tell me to talk about this one. This is another magazine that I publish. You get these on Amazon. Just check it out. And these are different articles and interviews with people talking about Jack Kirby, because, as we all know, he's the best. So check that out. You can get all my stuff on Amazon.
Very good, very good. Today, folks, we're going to finish looking at The Black Dragon. Chris Claremont, some guy named Chris Claremont and John Bolton. We went through their histories last episode. And we are live this episode, so feel free to chime in on that chat if you're here with us live. If not, we're glad you're here anyway. Let me wipe my name out here. You don't have to look at that all this time. Just a dot. There we are. Fantastic book collected by Titan from the Marvel Comics series. I believe it was printed through Epic. Beautiful John Bolton artwork. Great writing by Chris Claremont. That's where we left off. Look at that. Got about the last half of the book to go. It's dragons, it's knights, it's fantastic artwork, beautifully inked.
Was it in black and white originally?
I'm thinking it was, yeah.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Pretty sure it was. Yeah. It's printed as an Epic comic, so they could do that. There was also a painted short story, I think, that was in Epic Illustrated.
Great chain mail on that guy there.
Yeah.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, you're fine. Fantastic details. Sarah's in the house this morning. Hello there. Sarah says, Glenn. She says, Zim. Sarah. Hope you're doing well. Looking at some great Knight versus Dragon artwork. You don't even have to know the characters or the story. Look at that.
Wow, look at that.
Little bit of demons work in there. Great face.
He's a real demon, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh dear. It looks a bit like O'Neill's artwork, doesn't it? At that last panel.
Some of it, yeah. Yeah. Kevin O'Neill.
Yeah.
A little bit like Nemesis to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's lovely, isn't it? I love that chain mail that he's doing there.
Yeah. All the detail on this is just amazing. What a fantastic inker, too.
Yeah.
Sarah says, hanging in there, laid off. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Gorgeous work. Sorry, Sarah. They laid you off from the theater. That's not good. So I heard that Captain America movie kind of is having a rough time.
Well, who's Captain America now? Is it the Falcon?
Yeah. Yep.
So it's not Captain America then?
They're still calling him Captain America because he's got the
but it isn't Captain America though, is it? Because
no, it's not.
That's Steve Rogers, and he's
really
not Steve Rogers.
Falcon American, yeah.
Falcon American. Wow, look at that. Yeah, if you look at the first page, the second panel, where that arm's very O'Neill like, isn't it? That line work on the arm of that guy.
Yeah. I just like the demon work there. It's just fantastic.
Just brilliant, though. Look at the vein on the very last panel. The veins on his hand as well, on his arm. Yeah, outstanding, isn't it?
It's little lines here to show shape. It's fantastic on that arm.
Wow. When was this published first?
I believe it was published in the late 70s. I think it was
late 70s. Wow.
I could be wrong though. Let me double check.
I was going to say, when did Claremont leave Marvel? Or stop writing?
Claremont never left Marvel. They wouldn't leave him. He did. He bounced back and forth a little bit. Then they signed him to an exclusive contract. Gave him an offer he couldn't refuse. Yeah. Still looking for a copyright date on this.
Was it in the mid-80s? I think.
Pretty sure that this volume was put together in the late 80s, mid 80s. I am not seeing it. Printed in China, Titan Comics. I'm not seeing a copyright date. Still looking. Sorry, folks. This volume was done in 2014. Collected. Claremont and copywritten to Claremont. It's not saying.
I'd say it was mid to late 80s, that stuff.
Yeah, at least maybe late 70s. I'd have to check. On the wiki page, it would say.
That lovely line there with that dragon coming out of the clouds.
Isn't that amazing? It's all line work here too.
Yeah, fantastic.
Every bit of it. Very little solid work. Just lines painted. Looks like it was done in brush.
Right.
Sarah says, yeah, with everything essential being so expensive, I'm feeling the economic pressures of people having to trim the fat, so to speak, and barely have a skeleton crew. Says, once I get another job, I'm celebrating since I've been depriving myself, looking at work in Lafayette, Indiana, simultaneously. And then I'll gobble up your works and be on Amazon again. Oh, yeah. Always welcome.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, and we do understand hard economic times. You got to get the good stuff, though. That's what it is. Got to get that entertainment. Some beautiful solid work here.
Yeah, great lighting, isn't it?
Shadows, yeah, exactly. Just crazy good stuff.
In fact, I'd say he was a master of lighting. We said last week, didn't we, that it's similar to what's it called, Prince Valiant, Hal Foster.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah.
Bolton always seems to draw this kind of character as well, doesn't it? It's like the middle age, what I would call like a Middle Ages type of person with swords and stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't seem to do a lot. He seems to do a lot of that in the past, but it is lovely stuff.
Though he's really known for his horror stuff later on after this was done.
Right.
He really started doing a bunch of horror work. Yeah, we'll have to see if we can dig some of that up. A lot of alternative Pacific Comics type stuff. Look at that. And again, it's all line work here.
Yeah.
It's beautifully done. Solids here for the tree and the leaves.
And it's lovely the way that the demon guy is heavily rendered and the girl is very slight and white, you know, in the well, not white, but in the light. Total contrast to the panel. It's just amazing. Because you feel, or at least I feel, the danger of the big guy and the beauty of the girl, you know, the softness of the girl.
Yeah.
because this obviously means business. This guy, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Wow.
just great stuff. And again, great shadow work here.
Yeah.
Also line work. All of this background is just lines.
Fantastic.
Foreground here, solid tree, solid shadows.
Wow.
Like the negative space use here for the grass.
Yeah. I think I'd have been tempted to leave that bottom line off that panel,
Yeah, probably.
but I'm not telling him what to do.
Yeah.
Wow. That, like I say, that panel there with the guy with the back to us in the center, the rocks in the background, all line,
Yeah.
just it's a fantastic effect.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Done in line work in order to drop it back. The
Yeah.
shadows here in the foreground, just to pop this guy out. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yep. True craftsman at work there. Sarah says, yeah, this book is definitely something I would pick up. I hear you. Yeah. I'm not sure if I picked this up at a convention or at Ollie's. One or the other. Doesn't have an Ollie's sticker on it, so I imagine it's a convention book. I picked up a couple of books at the show, too. The entire run of Brothers of the Spear.
I
It's
don't
an
know that
old...
one.
It's a Gold Key
Right,
property.
yeah.
It originally starts out being drawn by Jesse Marsh, who I never had any appreciation for. But the work there is really good, real solid. And then Russ Manning and his studio took over. And it's not the best Manning work, but it's still real good, very serviceable stuff.
Wow.
It was one of those... I was digging through them boxes, you know, just not really looking for anything in particular. And they're two really incredibly thick books, collections from Dark Horse of all of the Brothers of the Spear material. They ran as a backup in Tarzan for a while and then had their own title for a bit. And it's all the material in two big volumes. So got a really good price on it.
So when's that work from?
70s.
Right.
Early to late 70s, I would say. That's back when Russ Manning had, was it John Workman and Dave Stevens as apprentices?
Wow.
And Manning's amazing anyway. Well, we don't look at his stuff enough. We will, though. I'm making a point to show off some of his, at least the Magnus Robot Fighter material. And his Star Wars material was really, really good. Tarzan really is what he's known for, doing he did Tarzan for many decades. Mostly in the European markets. Did a few graphic novels and did the comic strip here in the States for, probably a good 10 years, I would think.
Wow.
Just beautiful stuff. Very solid material, very solid work.
It's fantastic, isn't it?
Fantastic.
I just always want to know things like how long it takes him to draw it and ink it and stuff like that. I want to see him doing it, you know.
I hear you.
You know, he might draw 2 pages a day or 3. I don't know. He might do half a day. I don't know what he does. I want to know his process.
Yeah.
I want to see the pencils, like we said before.
Mm-hmm.
With him inking it, he's going to be leaving a lot out, I would have thought, because he's finishing it off. You know, he knows what he's doing. But I bet his pencils are really tight.
Yeah.
But it's fabulous. I've never seen this stuff before, you see, but it's wonderful.
And you'd have thought that it had been printed over in England, with Bolton being English, I believe.
Yeah, well, that's probably me not buying it rather than it not being there.
Ah, gotcha.
But it's superb. I want to see these books as, you know, those big, what they call when they printed Thor and Fantastic Four full size and all that kind of
Oh,
thing.
those artisan editions. Yeah.
I want to see all this stuff in those artisan editions.
Oh, yeah. I hear
They're
you.
about £100 each. Those books.
Yeah. Yeah. 100,
I've only ever,
125.
the only one I nearly came to buying was a Steve Ditko with Doctor Strange, Spider-Man. But I didn't get it.
Yeah.
I thought, nah, I don't need it.
They had a
It's
big
very-
size hardback of the Ditko Doctor Strange work from Strange Tales.
Yeah, that's the one.
That was in color though. It was real fascinating because it was like the artisan size.
I think thinking about it, that's why I didn't get it, because it was the color one. I wanted to see the artwork, like on the John Romita one and all that kind of thing, where you see the actual edges of the page, you know.
The folds here.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it?
More line work. Great lighting here again.
It's great. The great drawing there, the second panel where he's coming down the stairs.
Yeah. Really incredible stuff.
Fabulous.
It's a nice panel as well. Yeah. This reminds me a little bit of Jim Starlin from that time period in inking.
Yeah, great folds in the clothes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sarah says, I love the facsimile copies of intros to characters. Yeah, DC's made quite a bit of bank off of reprinting books like that. Excuse me for just a second.
Yeah, it's just great lighting all the way through it.
Yeah.
Seriously knows what he's doing, doesn't he, with it? I mean, look at, and that, yeah, like you say, that last panel there, that's not easy to draw with those hands. You know, that perspective of that paint, that posture thing. You know, the character.
Bird's eye view, not at all. Yeah, that's
just
difficult.
It's great. Yeah, it's just fantastic.
And he could have kept his camera almost the same way here, going from a worm's eye view to a bird's eye view. But
yeah,
he didn't. He decided to take on that extra challenge. Have him look
down. Also, I love his use of solid black.
Yeah.
You know, like the guy when he's looking down there, the middle panel. The solid black. There's no breaks for lights in there, and it's just solid. It just works so well.
It does.
Yet when you go back to the other page where he's coming down the stairs, you can see where he's coming from with the light on the brick. You know, it's you know, he could have done behind him. He could have done that solid black, and it wouldn't have worked.
Yeah,
because he's not coming from solid black. No, nothing is. You know.
Also, a crazy perspective when you look.
Yeah, it's fantastic, isn't it?
Worm's eye view there. Just doesn't keep that camera still for a second from panel to panel.
Wow, look at that again. That black again.
Yeah.
And it really emphasizes the mouth, doesn't it? The way the black frames it.
It does. Yep.
Well, it's too good. Too good. There's great shapes on that guy with the mouth, the dragon.
Oh yeah.
Just fantastic shapes. Wow.
Almost negative space there with the open mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic face right there.
Wow, look at that.
Getting more line work here for the shading.
Wow.
Oh, that looks like a panel from P. Craig Russell here, like Elric.
Yes, it does.
But
yeah.
that really reminds me of, and that it's got that feel to it.
Wow. There's good
Very
horses
cool.
as well.
Yeah, it's just what I was going to say.
Yeah, yeah. And again, the horses running at the top there, the black's on them, and then in the background is just a thin line, just a bit of crossed line, just to show you where they are, but doesn't spoil the image of the horses.
Yet at the same time, if he was working off a full script, he saw all of this dialogue coming too.
That's true, yeah.
So he had to
typical.
Probably, yeah. Go ahead.
I was going to say typical Claremont verbiage, you know? But he's good, isn't he? He's good, Chris Claremont.
Yep. Gotta head to bed. Sarah, going on 4:30 a.m. here and haven't been to sleep yet. Cheers, you guys. All right, Sarah.
See you, Sarah. Sarah.
Have a good weekend. Sarah, hope your employment situation works out well. I know it will. So take care.
Again, look at that second page center spread. Look at the chain mail on the guy.
Yeah.
So detailed. It's so good.
It is.
Beautiful stuff.
A little thinner.
I'll tell you something. Nice little sort of storytelling device he's using here. If you look at the horses, you see one of the guys has a different kind of I don't know what we call it, the bit that goes over the horse's backside with the square things on, like, you know.
Yeah.
And that serves to show you which is which all the time.
Yeah.
Which guy is which, you know.
Yep.
Look at that. Look at the way he's left that top panel open with the demon guys flying. Look at that.
Yep. Very
That's
much
fantastic, isn't it?
Pull attention right to it.
And they're up in the sky, and there's always a lot of room up in the sky, isn't there? So you know what I mean. You can feel the space.
Yeah.
Wow, this is fantastic.
It's crazy, kid.
Look at that again. It's like the floor's lit, isn't it? On that first panel, it's just shining up.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Same here. It's like that light source is coming. Threw a web around him. Looks like through a net.
Yeah.
And then takes him out.
A bit like the in Jason and the Argonauts, those when Patrick Troughton's they you know, when he's blind and they won't let him get the food, what those things call that attack him, and they put nets on them, don't they?
Yeah. Double flyer in the house. Good morning, everyone.
Rex,
thanks for joining us. Genuine Comics in the house. Hello, gentlemen. Dave, hope you're doing well.
Hello, Dave.
Marvy in the house. Beautiful artwork. Black and white is the best. Got yesterday a fantastic 600-page book with fine, amazing art by French artist André Charette. Or is that Charette? Probably Charette. I'll share it soon. Back to work. Checking this later. Have a great day. You too, Marvy. Hope you're doing well.
See you, Marv.
Dave says when artists couldn't depend on coloring to do some of the heavy lifting, they really mastered contrast and lighting through inks. Yeah.
Yep. They can draw. It's fabulous.
Sorry, folks. I'm muting myself a little bit more than usual because I'm down with a little throat congestion, scratchy throat this morning, coughing, hacking a little. You don't want to hear that. So, Chris Hart's in the house. Chris, glad you're here. This is a Filipino or European artist, English. LOL, late to the party, but that looks too well done to be an American. I'm half kidding. Beautiful inks.
I
Not
agree.
offended at all. Not
I
offended
agree,
at all,
Chris.
Chris. I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
But yeah, it's John Bolton. He's an English artist.
Yeah.
And he, like we say, he knows how to draw.
Sure
And
does.
his lighting is second to none.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It's kind of interesting. The edition here was the books were originally printed with Marvel, but the collection here is by Titan Comics.
Yeah, it's sort of some of the effects on the lettering are sort of a 2000 AD vibe with it, with a double balloon around them. Sometimes,
Yeah.
I've noticed further back, it's like is it Richard Starkins or something? I'm not sure doing the lettering on this, but that kind of effect.
What's it say here? I don't think it says who the lettering
I
was.
think if it was Richard Starkins, I think it would say it because he's quite quite big, isn't he? Just looking on that page. But it's okay. We'll find out later. We'll find out.
On here?
Yeah, that bit there, that the main text in the middle. Let's have a look. Publishing manager, publishing. No, it doesn't say it.
No, I looked earlier, didn't see it.
Right. With it not listing it might even be John doing the lettering. I don't know.
I don't know. It's pretty standard Marvel, I think, lettering here. I think you're right when thinking it's Starkings or even Tom or Jakowski.
Yeah.
Might have done that. Hope Tom's doing well. He was supposed to be at the show this weekend. Didn't show up due to family illness. So hope he's doing all right. Double flyers in the house. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Rex. Dave says.
See what he does, John Bolton. Every panel is nice to look at and moves the story. It's interesting. There's no boring poses. I mean, even if you look at the second page, the very last panel, even the way the guy's looking back at us makes it interesting. And the other guy is just sort of standing there.
Yeah.
It would have been just easy just to draw the other guy like the previous panel, but straighten him up. But he's not. He's turned and then he's turned his head back. It's just amazing.
It's really a natural progression from the panel before. He just moved his shoulder up and over, and he's looking a little over it. Yeah. Sign of a caring sequential artist there.
Yeah.
Here we are. A little dark there. A little more solid.
There's a lot of thinking in this, isn't there?
That's Claremont. Back when they actually had thought balloons in comics.
Yeah.
They don't do it that much anymore.
I'm too busy telling you how badly they feel about the cat getting run over.
Yeah, pretty much.
That top left-hand panel there, the first page, that detail there when the guy's asleep with the girl looking out the window at the top. You've got to be really careful when you're doing that because you can overdo it and spoil it. And then underneath the dragon guy's chin, that's fantastic.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Not easy to do.
No.
It's a little fairy there. Hope it pops up on the camera. Very delicate, very thin line.
Yeah. That's just made of gossamer.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at those people. Are they dancing? Are the spirits dancing around in a ring? Yeah, on the other page where the guy's got the staff, you can see in the background there.
That's what it looks like, yeah.
Demons or whatever they are, spirits dancing around him.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I was going to say that middle figure, not middle figure there reminds me a lot of Mobius.
Yeah. Yes, I can see that. Yeah.
It's an interesting transition.
That, as I said, that dragon guy really is like an O'Neill 2000 AD illustration.
Mm-hmm.
Is he morphing into that person? Is that what it is?
I think it's a group of them standing around looking. Is what I think.
Right.
Either that, or it's all they're all different versions of him.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
He's very nice with his skirt on, doesn't he?
Yeah.
We'll have to get
flashback sequence too. Might be a dream sequence because it's got that black frame around.
That's right. Yeah, we'll have to look at some more John Bolton stuff sometime.
Absolutely. Gonna have to dig some up. I think I might have some of his specific comic horror work. I'll have to look. Been meaning to do that anyway. Go through a couple of the indie long boxes that I have and pull out some of the more esoteric stuff and look at it again.
Look at the guy top left on the first page, who's looking at us. It's like a Barry Smith nose, isn't it? That the big face, next to it.
Oh, here. Oh, yeah. That's very Barry Smith right there. Yeah,
and it's sort of not finished. It's like it's different artwork as well. It's different, like those hands. They don't.
Well, I think it's a heartbeat magical creatures. What?
Yeah, and it looks like a different. It looks like a different person's drawing it, but that shows you how clever he is to change the style for that alien, whatever he is.
Mm-hmm.
It's fantastic, isn't it? And that bottom and the first page, but last panel is very Mobius as well, isn't it? The guy kneeling down with the psychedelic shirt on.
And again, a choice not to run a panel border around it.
Yeah.
Not to contain it, but leave it open. Yeah.
I just wonder if he's done that because of the hands above as well.
Yeah, probably because he wanted him to seem a little bit more larger than life, I would imagine. Didn't put him inside of a box like he did most of the other stuff. It's like those demons coming down a few pages back.
Yeah.
Plus, it forces your eye right there. You know, when you turn that page, a lot of times your eyes are going to go right to the open space. Line work here again. Here's one. Was that she turns out to be a demon? Oh, yeah. And again, this is line work here. No zipatone, no gray tone, just lines.
See, it's great the way he goes against his own grain, so to speak, by doing a horizontal line and a vertical line to create the depth. Is that guy in the first page center panel down? Is that Chris Claremont?
Here,
guy with the beard.
No, not quite. Doesn't look like him to me.
Right.
Though he's probably using photo reference all the way through this. I'm pretty sure he'd have to.
Yeah.
Especially on shots like this where you want to get the lighting right.
Oh no! What's he gonna do? It looks almost like a Jesus-like figure, doesn't it? This guy with the hippie shirt on. You know, that kind of androgynous look and you know, regal and special type of thing. You know, like Jesus is depicted.
Yeah.
Different. You know, there's nobody else like this guy in this strip, is there? Because he's so different.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Feeling the early morning hours here. Oh, look, a couple splash pages.
Oh, look at that. Absolutely brilliant. Thou shalt not harm him not. Wow.
That delicate line work there really reminds me a lot of Eric Schanauer's Oz material. Just fantastic work.
And then he continues it more or less over the next page, next panel.
Yeah.
Look at that. The way he uses that white space above is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, looking at that guy with the sword, I think he is using a lot of photo references, isn't he? Or at least photographs maybe of himself or something.
Yeah, I think this is all probably staged, at least the main figures here. Maybe that one too as well.
Morgan Le Fay.
Huh. And like you said before, even in the backgrounds here, he's not really solid. He's got a little bit of white specks coming through.
Yeah.
On that.
Stan Lee could have written that. And thou shalt harm him not. That would have been the title of a Thor, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Very tender.
Wow. Again, all that chainmail on that hat.
Isn't that amazing? Just great stuff. And then you get this. Boom. Right there. That's so Hal Foster's right there.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Look at that top right picture of the girl with the head thing on the second page.
Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic. What a great angle. That chainmail is amazing. Also, the guy, on the fight panel, the poor guy's being skewered, but the lance is curved where obviously it would bend when it hit the guy. Yeah. It's not dead straight, is it?
From the weight. Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
Those are just beautiful. Very almost Art Deco-ish looking in the inks.
That's quite Mobius as well, isn't it, that drawing?
Yeah.
It's almost a shame that it ran into the fight scene and there's all that text there. It would have been a great full page, that drawing.
Mm-hmm. It's Claremont again.
Yeah. Claremont should write books.
I think
he has no respect for artists. He writes all over the work. I'll show you artists, he says.
Fit this dialogue in, yeah.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? It's just fantastic. I've never read this. I'd love to read it. I'll have to look for this one. Look at that panel. First page, center strip, the first panel. Look at the guy, look at the shadow of the guy stabbing him in the background. You know, and she's reaching back. Yeah. The shadow tells you more than the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
Oh, she's turning to Carrie White.
Not sure who Carrie White is.
And you must have seen the film Carrie.
Oh, yeah.
Telekinetic girl. That's what she does.
Yeah.
Yeah. And John Travolta as well. Oh. Fabulous.
Love that that thin line work here again.
Yeah. It's magical, isn't it?
Yeah, very much. I'm sure that's the effect he was going for. Another bird's eye view shot here.
Wow.
And she's floating here.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, I'm going to say then you get that bottom panel that's got all that detail in it, all that dark, all that black in it. But
Yeah.
look at the guy above, the Robin Hood guy looking off the page. Look at how he uses that black tree or whatever it is to frame. He doesn't do the black up to the head. He
Yeah.
frames it. He frames it like he's on the other side of it as well. It's just framed. It's just absolutely brilliant. Yeah, it's just brilliant work.
It is.
So he's even, and the way
bottom panel's gorgeous there.
Yeah,
It's
the way
great.
I was saying before about he moves things like you'll have people looking over the shoulder like the guy above. Look at the black horses like sort of talking to the other one type of thing, moving its head instead of just straight.
Mm-hmm.
You know how horses are sort of a bit unpredictable, aren't they? Always moving their heads, aren't they? Like he's shaking his head, that black one.
Yep.
Just things like that, just amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because they sort of push each other, don't they? And there's a lot going on. We don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Where she's floating on the last panel is very Mobius as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very much so. Another nice face. Great shots.
Again, it's like that sort of, that, I'll call it, in that sort of Jesus figure there and the girl. They look like they're shining, don't they?
Yeah. Yep. Chat's open, folks. Really glad you're here. Hit that like or love button when you get a chance. Subscribe to whatever platform you're watching us from, if you can subscribe to it. It's a nice little sound effect in the background there.
This artwork is superb. I
It
don't know
is.
where this is now. I hope he's still got it at home.
No idea. Never seen any of it out and about, that's for sure.
Look at that again. There, that bottom left panel there, the one over, the detail on the showing you down. It's easy to mess those bricks up.
Yeah, it is.
And if he would have done them solid black, you wouldn't have known the depth of looking down there.
No.
And that guy above flying there, that demon, look at that. How good is that?
Mm-hmm.
Those wings, that's fantastic. Wow. He certainly knows how to draw steps, unlike that other work we saw.
Castle work, yeah. No, the skulls back here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's great stuff. So good.
And that bottom panel there on the first page, where he's the diagonal on the drawing within the panel, with all the light on the bottom part and all the dark at the top.
Yeah.
Oof, got an arrow in him. Oof. Thud. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that. Wow, look at the guy looking. That's Steranko, isn't it? The bottom right, going up that tower in Shield. Nick Fury going up that tower.
Yeah.
Other side, far side, there.
Yeah,
You know, the first is Shield #1. You know, he's climbing up the tower thing.
Yeah. I don't remember that, but I've definitely taken word for it.
The one where he nearly didn't get paid because there's no words.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know Jim Steranko, but I bet he wasn't too pleased.
No, I'm sure he wasn't.
But I think he did get paid.
I'm sure he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hung somebody out the window, I think, by their foot.
Yeah, that was it Larry Lieber or something? It was somebody.
I wouldn't surprise me.
I don't know whether it's true or not, but it's a nice apocryphal story. Look at the balustrade there, the working on the bricks where he's creeping up on him in the center panel.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Ooh. It's stuck in. Oh. It's suddenly got quite violent, hasn't it?
Yeah.
They've all been yakking for 15 pages and everybody's getting murdered. Wow, look at that.
More great steps here. It's beautifully rendered. Brickwork. Same here as well. Look at that, just lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, on the next page, the bottom left panel with the portcullis. What a great device not to have to show through the gate by doing those lines.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Every time you turn a page, there's something.
It's fantastic, isn't it?
What a great page that is.
Yeah. That's almost like a Frank Bellamy type of page where you're right in the action. You've got to be careful.
Yeah. Sit there and look at that for a while. Just that one panel. And that whole page is just amazing.
He must have some great references for the weapons and the armor.
Yeah.
You know, little things like the guy there with the spike thing. He's only got one hand of chainmail and the other one is free of it. See it? That's like his leading hand, isn't it?
Where?
But there. He's only got only one of his hands is in chainmail. The other one is open. And that's his leading hand, isn't it? So he doesn't get that one injured. Wow, fantastic! It's like I said. It's like for 20 pages we've been lulled into quiet, and now all of a sudden we're in the middle of a battle.
Yeah.
And look on the left-hand page on the middle section on the left panel, the way he's done the steps. Just simple shapes on the steps on the second panel.
Yeah.
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 Absolutely brilliant. Oh, he's back. A fantastic angle, that, isn't it, of the top panel where it's coming down the top of the castle.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is. And again, it's got to be some artistic choice why he left that.
Yeah, I think it's
panel
short space
stuff. Yeah, probably.
I think
got
it would
little detail back here, just enough.
Yeah, I think he would have been better leaving that open.
Yeah.
like he did on the previous, like on the top panel, the guy bursts out the panel with his wings going off the page.
Mm-hmm.
And then, and again, I'm not telling John Bolton what to do, don't worry about that, but I would have left that open, I think. That panel at the bottom, I would have left that panel open.
This down here, yeah,
Yeah.
I think I would have too. But he does have background going on in here.
Yeah.
It's probably why he wanted to contain it. Even though the foot and the wing there break the panel borders. Also helps in showing the movement, I think, the impact.
Yeah, it goes, this kind of artwork, this superior artwork,
Mm-hmm.
shows, or should show people, the amount of thinking that goes into this kind of stuff. These silly comics, do you understand what I mean?
I do.
And they're much maligned, as we all know, and it is an art form, but the thinking behind these angles and shadows and lighting and designs is a fantastic thing.
The mark of a fine illustrator.
Yep.
That's what it is. Yeah. Craftsman showing his stuff.
Yeah, and he knows anatomy and movement and everything. And if you look at any panel, nothing is wasted. Everything is telling you something.
Yeah.
Every line is there for a purpose.
Yep.
But I'm still convinced that Kevin O'Neill came in and drew this guy.
Probably a lot of the same influences.
I would think so. I would imagine those guys would hang out occasionally. Look at that. Wow.
Another solid Hal Foster page right there. What a beautiful face here, too.
Yeah. So you on that page, that page, you've got Mobius and Hal Foster, haven't you? Look at the top panel where they're looking up. The girl, the way they're all straight. That girl's head is straight. Real Mobius, and then you've got the Hal Foster fight next to it.
Absolutely.
In fact, we've got everybody on this page except John Bolton. We've got Kevin O'Neill at the top left. We've got Mobius and we've got Hal Foster. Sorry, John. It's beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely outstanding.
That's right up there with the bridge.
Yeah, I know
battle scene from Prince Valiant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody who knows Valiant's familiar with that page. That's really what that reminds me of. Yeah, gonna have to. It's got to put it on the list. Did I nudge the camera? Is that no? There we go. It's just starting to get towards the back and forth. Beautiful here too. This is all just lines right there for that dragon. Just enough to give him a little bit of shading.
Look at that shadow there, the top left with that side of that guy's head. The first panel, yeah.
Yep.
Wow. How many pages is this? Do you know?
I believe it was three large issues, big series. I think it was pretty close to prestige format when it first came out. We are on page 248. No, it's 100. It's like 189. 189 here.
Wow. I wonder how long it took him to draw it. That's what it's going to be. What, 200 pages?
At least, yeah.
It's probably going to take him a year. It's going to take him a year, isn't it? I mean, to ink it as well.
Very likely, yeah.
Wow.
That was back when Marvel was doing a lot of art type books anyway.
Look at the angle again, looking down on the dragon's head, and the castle is down below. The first panel. That is amazing.
Isn't it?
Amazing. Yeah.
It's a great shot.
Wow.
Here too. Nice use of negative space. So fighting down the staircase. It's great.
Wow. Amazing. And just to be pedantic, look at the bottom left panel on the first page with the what a great drawing of his shoe that is. Other side. That shoe on the other panel. Far left.
Yeah.
That shoe. Yeah. That shoe is amazing.
Isn't it? Just fantastic. Oof. Oh,
look at that. Oh, look at that. That's a real Steranko at last panel, isn't it?
Sure is. I was just going to say that.
Oh, look at
this
that.
This is just beautiful here.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's amazing. Wow. I like the way he does the big shadows on the wall.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Mm-hmm.
I love the way he doesn't do a line as well, like on the guy's face on the last panel. There's no line to show the form of his face and his neck. It's using all the other stuff to do that.
Yeah.
You fill it in, don't you?
Right.
It's incredible. That's the kind of thing that Frank Bellamy does as well.
Yeah, it sure is.
Just leaves that open line and you fill it in, don't you? Because, like we said before, there isn't a line around anything in life.
Chris says Davis, Byrne, Ballard, Gibbons, Barry Windsor, and now John Bolton. The UK doesn't seem to disappoint, though, in my opinion, maybe Hitch leaves a little be desired. Just kidding. I'm shocked I don't know this guy. Too talented not to. Chris, there's so many great illustrators out there and great sequential art. There's no way you can see everything. That's part of the joy that we have in doing this program, is pulling stuff off that people haven't seen, or a lot of folks haven't seen in decades. You know, this book stayed on my shelf for years and years, I'm sure. But yeah, Bolton's definitely worth looking into. We went through his biography last week, so feel free to go back and look at last week's program. We're really glad you're here. We do this every week. We've got 2 shows, one on Friday, one on Sunday. We'll get to that at the end of the show. New subscriber then says thumbs up. Yep, absolutely. Well, it costs nothing to subscribe, folks. Whatever platform you're looking at, it just goes to help our algorithm get seen more, go under more recommendations, the more you interact with it. So please leave comments, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. We are archived probably on whatever site that you find us. Oh man, look at that.
Look at that.
Another set of spreads there.
Look at that. It's turned into like an alien type of creature.
Almost like a hardcore harpy. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that.
It's just
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's quite feminine, isn't it, the dragon?
That the harpy character is, I think it's
the harpy, yeah. not the dragon, yeah, the harper guy. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
That's a great drawing.
Look at the line work here, used to show the texture of the wall and shadows as well. Corner.
Yeah.
Very harsh light here coming in.
Yeah. Wow.
Almost two sources, one coming in this way and one coming in that way. Shadowed arm there. Sweet.
Again, that harsh light as well. Look at that.
Look at that dragon. Just great. Oof. In case you're just joining us, we're looking at The Black Dragon by Chris Claremont and John Bolton, originally published in Epic Comics. This particular volume, which is an incredibly nice package, hardbound by Titan Comics. You might be able to still find this on Amazon. I have not checked.
Wow, look at that.
So why don't I run over there right now and see if it's there?
I've got a book, a black and white reprint of Frank Bellamy's strip work on a similar kind of characters from the 50s.
Yeah.
Sure, it's sort of like a Frank Bellamy who's not quite Frank Bellamy yet. Do you understand what I mean? From what
I do.
What we know in the 60s with Garth and Thunderbirds and all those things. But it's absolutely fantastic, and it's like this. It's got a lot of line work on it. Obviously, but it's black and white. It's just from a strip. I can't remember what the strip's called, but I've got a volume on that. It really is good stuff. And you can see him. You can see where he's going to be, if you understand what I mean. You know, with hindsight, but you can see what's going on in his work.
Mm-hmm. This book is still available on Amazon, believe it or not, in hardcover. This very book that we're looking at for $14.99 American.
Wow.
Hardback, available instantly, it says. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's a Kindle edition. That's why it was so inexpensive.
Oh, I'm going to say.
Yeah, the hardbacks has no pricing listed on it.
If you have to ask the price, you can't afford it.
Yeah. Then they have it looks like a Spanish edition. El Dragón Negro, the Black Dragon, available, or it's listed, but no prices on that either.
Do you get a free Spanish for Dummies with that as well?
No, it's not.
So you can read it.
The original Murata, the she-wolf that Claremont and Bolton did together, is a $16.94 in hardcover. Probably slightly loved. It's also another great work that we'll need to look at. Yeah, that's all I'm seeing on Amazon. They don't have the hardback per se. They've got a hardback in Spanish that's available in a Kindle edition for $15. More line work here for curtains.
Yeah.
Solid for the shadow.
Wow.
All
yeah,
vertical
again,
lines back here for that.
It's just great, isn't it?
Yeah.
The different weights that he uses. Oh no.
Yep.
Harpy's beaten dragon.
Yeah. Just love that starkness there. Don't see that
I tell
very
you,
often in comics anymore.
yeah, that I've just realised that dragon guy also looks like the mechanical dog in Halo Jones. That's the murderer.
Mm-hmm.
You know which one I mean?
I do. I couldn't tell you the character's name though.
No, but it looks like that.
But yeah, I can see where you're seeing that. It's kind of got a Joker face working there. Nice
Yeah.
lighting for that
It's
coming up.
insane, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just every panel on this is impressive. Yeah. We've run out of words to describe how good it is. That's just such a wonderfully illustrated panel.
Yeah, that's very Hal Foster, isn't it? That pose.
Very much so, yeah.
I love on the first panel there, next to that one, where you got all that white on the left, and then in the background you can see this fighting going on as it gets darker as you go back.
Yeah,
That's just amazing.
this one too. Look at that. It's the use of shading here.
Yeah.
All brushwork, line work, just fantastic. Chat's open, folks. Don't be afraid to chime in. Love to hear from you, your opinions of this work.
That guy's turned into Dormammu.
Yeah.
Wow.
Somebody's been thrown into cages there.
Look at that. Look at that first page center panel where he's cut the rope.
Yeah.
Isn't that fantastic?
That is
Angle
amazing.
and view. Amazing, isn't it?
Whack. Great.
Speaking of whack, I'm glad there's no sound effects on this thing.
Yeah. Well, they're there every once in a while. But for the most part, no, they're not. Really nice. Sparingly. Such a nice stuff.
If there was sound effects on it, there'd be no room for the art because of the words on it.
Yeah.
And he's back. Wow. Oh no. Has he gone crazy, that guy? Or was he always mad?
Before, he's just going crazy now.
Again, that center panel on that center panel on the right hand page, I'd have left that open. I wouldn't have done that box.
Here?
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to need it. There is a very light. Is there? No, there's no background on that pen. Yeah. Might have been better off to have dropped it. Artistic choice.
Well, that guy there coming over the tenement thing looks like a, what's it called? Kevin O'Neill thing again. Nemesis coming over that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. It's fantastic. It's so dramatic, isn't it? And just beautifully rendered. It's just amazing.
Yeah. The dragon is yelling.
Wow. Has he killed her?
No.
Is that her spirit there?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
Wow.
Freaking out. Again, beautifully tender work
Yeah.
on that page, the second page here. Just all thin line work. It's amazingly thin. We laid it all in with a brush, it looks like.
That's lovely, isn't it?
It is. There we go.
It's almost like he's left it in the pencil, isn't it?
Yeah.
In fact, maybe that's what his pencil work looks like.
It's all linked though. It's getting harder here.
Yeah.
But she morphs into this dragon, or harpy.
Wow.
Well,
So I was right. It was feminine.
yeah. Yeah.
Look at that last panel on the first page. The shapes. If you sort of screw your eyes up, that guy with the sword, you can see all sort of different kinds of shapes with the blacks and the way it works. It's just genius.
Yeah. So tight because he's already lording over. I'm gonna stab him. Just a great choice of perspective, or the composition there.
Yep. Mm. Wow. Look at that. That mouth again is with those teeth at the top.
Isn't it? Yeah.
It's incredible, isn't it? Just a fantastic drawing, man.
Beautiful use of space there.
Yeah.
He could have gone in and put all sorts of detail in there.
Yeah.
And a tongue and tonsil and all
Or he could
that.
have just made it black.
Yeah. Yeah, that too.
Wow.
Levi's in the house. Saw Levi at the show. Nice.
Levi.
Almost didn't recognize him because he had a full beard. Took me a minute to realize who it was. Good morning, all. Lost track of the time today. I'll have to watch the rest of this after. Really great work. Yes, it is, Levi. Glad you're here. Join us at any time. $8 to $40. It seems for mostly used copies of 6 issues in collected form on Google Shopping. Yeah, used copies. Chris just looked at Levi says, have a copy of this on the way now. 7 Bones used. Another of the books this show has made me buy. Ha ha. There you go. happy to be of service. Wish we got a cut.
Do you know that I'm not trying to second guess it, but maybe I am. You know that top panel there with the mouth open that was said in the white? Yeah. I just wonder, I'm just looking at it then. I just wonder if he thickened the teeth up, the line of the teeth up, in readiness to fill it all in black. And then when he'd done that, he thought, no, I'm going to leave it because it looks better than black.
No, because I think it's an artistic choice all the way through the work. It's been like that.
Right.
So it's probably to show he's a fire-breathing dragon. There might be a light coming out of there.
Yeah.
Levi says checks in the mail. Thanks, man.
Wow.
Getting towards the back of the book here. Oh,
Look at that. Wow.
that contrast again at work. It's crazy stuff. Love this sword.
Yeah.
Cutting through a couple panels.
See that bottom panel on the first page? I just love the way he's left it all open again. He's done little bits of line work for the pavement and the dead bodies and everything. But where the people are, it's open. You don't need that information. You fill that in yourself.
Yeah.
Got another great light source as well.
Same thing with these two panels.
Yeah.
No background, really no background needed. A little bit of looks like little wisps here off of the sword blade. That's about it. But then here, these bottom two panels are fully illustrated.
Look at the brickwork and the shadow on it.
Yeah.
And I love the open grass as well on the other
Mhm.
page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that.
Got that back that time.
Wow. Oh, he's cut his armor.
Mm.
Wow, that's amazing. It's just fantastic, isn't it?
Line work here.
I think this
here.
is some of the, I think this is some of the best artwork I've ever seen.
Yeah. Truly a master illustrator. This beautiful light here. Russ is going to watch this show afterwards and be sorry he missed it.
Yeah.
That's great stuff here. Yeah, line work here. Got a flow to it. Talon. And dragons. And there.
Not doing very well, these demon guys, are they?
Mm-mm. In great noir. Looking great there.
Yeah.
Fantastic atmosphere. Again, this is all crosshatch line work here, back behind there, in order to pop the characters here in solid. And then the magical creature here in third thin lines. It's a lot going on that page. Brickwork. Usual balloons here for him yelling.
Yeah. She's got pyramid chests, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Where's back?
Mm. Again.
Wow.
Mm.
Oh dear.
Really strong with all the different textures, or all the textures and hatching. Yeah, very much so, Chris. Very much so. Yeah. Who knew harpies' breasts were pyramids?
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, just great, simple. Yeah. Little uneven on the balloon weights here, especially for that part. Looks like there's a double line there
Yeah.
going to the harpy.
Look at those stairs.
Yeah. All
I draw
lined
stairs
up.
like
Yeah. And then the dragon here is very heavily outlined.
that. Mm.
A little more than what we would usually see. Really makes him pop, though. I'm sure that's why he did it.
Yeah.
And again, look at that. It's just line work here. I don't know if that wasn't done by a pen. The way it looks, it's nice and smooth.
Yeah.
Probably was. Just great. Look at that. Oh,
Wow. Wow.
that's incredible. The separation here. Jagged gutter.
Oh yeah, I didn't
Oh,
notice that.
off of the side of his arm. That's what that
Yeah.
is. That's
Yeah.
fantastic. Look at that with the dragon's head here.
As good as that is, the best drawing is the girl on the second panel for me.
Here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just fantastic.
Beautiful and tender. Yep. Dragon too. With all the texture here. Just enough. That don't have to fill up the whole thing, but just enough to
Yeah.
get that shadow working and to show the texture of the dragon itself. This is all. There's some thin white lines here in order to break that up. Uh,
See that last panel there, the girl with the chainmail, it's the angle of the head bowing forward. It's very Mobius again, isn't it?
it is
He would do that.
very natural looking too.
Yeah.
The guy here leaning in just enough. So he could have drawn them all stiff. The girls, the babies here. Yeah. Looks like she takes out the dragon and brings forth a set of twins. Just walking out. Yeah. It gets solid there at the end.
Oh, for that.
Beautiful drawing. It's a little bit of pencil work right there.
Yeah, look at that. Told you they'd be tight.
Yeah. Super tight. Nice.
Oh yeah. Look at that. There you go. How tight do you need them?
Right. Thumbnail to finished pencils, it looks like.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Excuse me just for a sec.
What's this? The fan art or something?
Looks like he was using a 3D sculpture here.
Yeah. What's
For
the
the
above
dragon.
though? What's going on above?
That's that page we were looking at earlier with the
No,
gutter separation there.
yeah, the one over though, the one above the sculpture. What's going on with those drawings? Is it Fred Hembeck or something?
No, it looks like Archie Goodwin, who was
Oh.
the editor at the time, was throwing some illustration work in there.
That's
And
why
then,
he's
of
a
course,
writer.
Well, exactly right. Yeah.
That's why he's a writer. I've had this idea, John. Oh, do you mean like this? Yeah, we'll go with
Yeah.
yours.
Let's say, let me swap out my glasses here so I can read those. I know that's Archie's work.
Look at that lovely drawing of a horse down there, though. Those horses.
In the original series, The Black Dragon, published by Marvel's Epic imprint, legendary editor Archie Goodwin included his own personalized cartoon on the editorial page of each issue. He makes a cartoon makes a cartoon in page 120.
Cameo.
And then cameo.
Yeah.
All right. And then here it's John's clay model of the dragon, which enabled him to achieve his incredible sense of photorealistic lighting. There we go. That explains a lot. It's really nice to see that the pencils of that page.
Yeah.
That's such a dynamic page.
Should have printed it from that. Those horses are great, aren't they?
Yeah. Not easy to do. Yeah.
I've seen that one before that. The guy there with the sword and the hat. Yeah, I've seen that.
That's the cover.
Yeah.
It's the back cover for the collection, but I believe that was used as a cover for one of the issues.
Yeah, I think I saw it, and I didn't buy it, but I think I seem to remember that.
Yeah.
1985. There you go.
Yeah. Okay. That's 40 years old.
Yeah.
Then an ad for Murata, the she-wolf.
Scary, isn't it, being 40 years old? And you remember it.
Yeah. That's the Black Dragon, folks. Chris Claremont, John Bolton. Beautifully done.
Fabulous work, that.
One of the most illustrative works that we've shown here, I think.
Yeah, we'll have to get some Hal Foster up, and he really shows people how to do it, doesn't he?
Yeah. Foster would probably be something we'd show on Sunday Funnies, just because it was a comic strip, you know?
Yeah, you're right.
Better.
Wow.
I'm thinking we go on a whole different curve starting next Friday. Maybe go through the weird sciences.
Yeah.
EC, beautiful woodwork, and Feldstein is in there, and all sorts of the best of EC. We haven't covered. Last year we did Two-Fisted Tales. That took a couple months to go through. It's about as many weird sciences.
I think we should do it.
Yeah.
It's all good stuff.
Those stairs you pointed out looked a lot like Wrightson's inking. Just beautiful stuff. Oh yeah, Wrightson's right in this period. I'm sure they're all looking at each other at this point. But yeah, very much so. Wrightson's Frankenstein was out by this point, so it's great work. We looked at that, I think, probably 2 years ago, year and a half ago.
Yeah, it was a while.
Yep. This Sunday, folks, Sunday at 9 a.m., we're going to be looking not necessarily at this book, but we'll be looking at the series Crime Does Not Pay from the 1950s. Great true crime comics, fantastic artwork.
I just realised what he's doing. He's just hitting it with the iron, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, you know.
Big
And it's
pop.
not even an actual cover from Crime Does Not Pay. This is done for the collection by Pete Pope. But
wow,
some great artwork coming up. We looked at a little bit of issue number 50 of Crime Does Not Pay last Sunday. We'll finish that and go on from there for at least one more episode this Sunday, 9 a.m. That's Sunday Funnies. So look forward to that. We go over to Comic Book Plus that has scanned copies of all of the comics over there and take a closer look at it. It's a little better than looking at it through my camera.
Look at that subtitle there, Blackjacked and Pistol Whipped.
Yeah.
The true story of Bob Wood, the killer cartoonist.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Kirby? Crime Does Not Pay. I know that drawing isn't, but is it Kirby and Simon?
No, this is Lev Gleason. I don't think Kirby did any work for them.
Right.
I'm sure they did crime comics in the past, but Lev Gleason did Crime Does Not Pay and Crime and Punishment. Both of them were incredibly popular titles.
Yeah, until the Comics Code came along.
Yep. Well, the Comic Code was made intentionally to help throw that material off of the stands. It was one of the big things. They horror, terror, and crime couldn't be in large letters on the cover intentionally to throw this book out of, or this comic series out of business. And you'll see why on Sunday. A lot of nice storytelling, a lot of great sequential art, some graphic violence, and a lot of sexism. Also, just a sign of the times for back in the 50s, when men were men and women were mostly in the kitchen.
Or being hit by an iron.
Yep. But folks, that was Black Dragon. Hope you had fun. We really enjoyed looking through this stuff. We'll look through some more John Bolton as we can find it and become available. And right there, see that mouth is open because it's got a light source in there.
Yeah.
Right off the bat. And this book was collected by Titan back in 2014, so it shouldn't be too difficult to find copies. Levi said that he found one for $7 somewhere. This is probably a convention find for me, but when you get a chance to find books like this at a show, and at an inexpensive price, you pick them up. So found some great finds at conventions. And that's why we keep telling folks, go visit your local retailer and look at those boxes that a few people might might have been neglected closer to the floor or whatever, and you'd be amazed at the quality and the amount of just fantastic sequential art you can find there, just waiting for you to find it. And a lot of times that retailer hasn't had a chance to go back through and reprice them either, so you might catch them at a really good discount, or he might just want to see the book go out of his store and help pay his electrical bill or whatever, his rent. Great deals to be found there, folks. Just keep your eyes open and take a look. There's so much great sequential art out there waiting to be discovered. This art form's been going on since the late 30s. So there's almost 100 years worth of stuff out there, and don't let the fact that it's old or make you think that it's outdated or not worth looking at. There's some, as you've seen here with Black Dragon, there's just some incredibly illustrative, beautiful work out there. Just waiting, especially if you work in this industry. You have to need to be aware of this stuff and the different techniques and storytelling that is possible. This is just a small sampling, an epic comic that Archie Goodwin edited that kind of has jumped into obscurity. So great stuff. We're really glad you were able to stop by here today and take a look. And that's it for us this time. We're going to see you on Sunday. Crime Does Not Pay. on Sunday Funnies. We do these shows twice a week. Comics by Night here on Fridays, where we look through some great old masters in sequential artwork, and then Sunday Funnies on Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern, where we look through we look through great comics there too, but a lot of it's the more unusual material. We've looked at trading card sets like the Mars Attack set, a set out of the Kirby's secret files, you might say. It's a lot of stuff that hadn't been seen before, and a lot of the more unusual stuff you're going to find on the Sunday Funnies work, especially comic strip material. So swing by there and take a look. Excuse me for just a second. Now, Glenn, tell folks how people can find you.
You can find me on the usual outlets like Facebook and Twitter and things like that. You can find most of my work on Amazon. I think I've got 12 books on there, science fiction books, Kennedy assassination books, which could be quite revealing, seeing as what's about to happen with those files that they're opening up, allegedly. There's
one of these days. Yeah.
One of these days, yeah. Adult humor on there, manned space flight. I've written over quite wide variety of subjects, football or soccer, that kind of thing. You can find me on From My Comic, where you can find Hatch Annotated, which details his, lots of published and unpublished work in there. So check that out on From My Comic. And you can also get my magazines on Amazon, Crikey, Comics Unlimited, and other stuff as well. So just have a look around, put my name in Google, and you'll find out where I am. That's it.
I was going to say, folks, he doesn't talk about his Comics Unlimited material enough. I can't recommend that magazine to you highly enough. Great informative articles. Just a fantastic publication for you to look through.
Yeah, we've got 15 issues out. I'm not sure when the next one's coming up, but I'm looking at collating the whole thing, maybe into a couple of 2 or 3, 4 volumes, and putting it out again. So it's all interviews and articles that are sort of timeless in a way, so there won't be any, they'll all be relevant, if you understand what I mean. So yeah, I'll be doing that soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let me see if I can pull this up here. Take a look at this. You see that? Yeah. Look at that. Russ sent this page yesterday. Folks, you're looking at a page from the Atlantean #2. We don't want to give too much more away than that. It's a great story that I put together off of a small outline from Russ and a plot sent our way from Charles Santino, who had written Conan in the past. He had a short story or a short plot idea that I took and expanded and added to it, added Russ's material to it, and that's Atlantean #2. And the campaign for that's going to be starting up this week, March 3rd, I believe. Just a few days away over at fundmycomic.com. So look for that. Hope you can buy into that. Also, the same time in the same campaign, you get a chance to also buy Atlantean #1. You don't have to have all the issues together in order to enjoy the story. Each book is designed to be enjoyed individually, and they also kind of string together into a solid narrative. And then also the Atlantean is taken off from the Shadow Kingdom, which is a Robert E. Howard actually recognized as the first sword and sorcery story that Robert E. Howard did. It's got Cull, it's got Brule in it, and it's a faithful adaptation of the original story that I broke down that Russ Leach did the artwork for. Russ is normally here with us also on the show. If you want more information about the Atlantean, go over to russleach.com and sign up for the email list. Russ will not bombard you with minutia emails. He gets one out maybe every week, every other week when we're in the middle of the campaign, maybe once a month when we're not. So he doesn't bombard you with a lot of stuff, and he wants to keep everybody up to date with progress on the Atlantean. And we hope that you get a chance to look at that. We're both incredibly proud of the work. And I've got a little trailer for that here with some great animation by Pedro Aang, who has been on this program in the past, and here that is now.
In the time before Atlantis sank, when the lands of this world were savage and untamed, one man would claim his destiny, seizing his place as a king. After defending his throne and learning the devastating truth of the Serpent Kingdom and its deadly cults, King Kull in his right hand ruled the Spear Slayer, make a solemn vow to hunt down and destroy the hidden empire of these serpent demons. These are the tales of those journeys. This is the Atlantean. Tales inspired by the brilliance of Robert E. Howard, featuring his first barbarian characters as introduced in the pages of his classic tale, The Shadow Kingdom. Each volume contains beautifully painted covers and around 50 pages of original black and white art and story, featuring classic sword and sorcery adventures you don't want to miss. Join us on these epic adventures and sign up now for news with the email list at russleach.com. Bring your axe and prepare for battle.
That's right. Prepare for battle. Every issue seems to get a little thicker. So Atlantean 2 is going to be just a little larger than Atlantean 1, folks. And it, believe me, the story is fantastic. Really proud of it. Proud of everything that I'm seeing Russ work on it. His artwork just keeps getting better and better. So look for that over at fundmycomic.com, starting here in just a couple days. So, folks, we, again, deeply appreciate you being here. We are archived over at the Comic Book Black Belt YouTube channel. Most of the time, I'm pretty sure Russ will have this one up there as well. Over at the Randy Zim YouTube channel, Z-I-M-M. And go over there and subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. And we're also archived over at the Indie Comics Network YouTube channel. And there's a lot of other programming there of a wide variety. You might want to look through if you need something to listen to, and you've already watched all of our stuff. Give some of those a try too. Can't guarantee you're going to like it all, but there's bound to be something there that you'll enjoy. If you enjoyed this program, tell your friends. Hit that like button. Leave us a comment. If there's a work that you want us to take a look through, between the Glenn, Russ, and myself, we probably have it or have access to it, and we'll be more than happy to take any suggestion that you send our way under consideration. So, and we've looked at a wide variety of stuff. Just look at our archives and you'll see. We've looked at Mobius for a couple of months. We went through all of the Watchmen issue by issue. And we had the annotated Watchmen, which had it in beautiful black and white, as well as the original comics and a couple other books of reference on Watchmen besides. Really proud of that series. We've also looked through all of the Two-Fisted Tales from EC. There's so much more stuff to look at, so much more to come. We deeply appreciate you being here. I think I've covered everything. Have I covered everything?
I think so.
Check out fundmycomic.com. If you want to reach me personally, I mostly hang around Facebook. I'm sorry, but I'm old and I don't get out into the more recent platforms. I do have an X account that I look at maybe once a week, just to keep up with everybody and keep up with the news. I'll try to be in there a lot more often as time goes on. Other than that, folks, my next show isn't until April. I'll be at the Kalamazoo Grand Rapids Con. Looking forward to that. That's going to be a lot of fun, where John Celestri will be a guest there at that show as well. And if you're not familiar with John Celestri's work, we had him on a long time ago. It's been a long time since he's been on this program, but he is the world-renowned animator. He's worked for a lot of different animation companies. If you ever saw Dragon's Lair by Don Bluth Studios, he's responsible for every death on that particular game. Same thing with Space Ace. Did a little bit of work on Rock and Rule. Worked on Little Orphan Annie, or not Little Orphan Annie, Raggedy Ann and Andy. And he also did the Boba Fett animated sequence in the Star Wars Holiday Special. And he'll be there at Grand Rapids Con in Kalamazoo. I think it's the second weekend of April. So we're very happy to be there.
Kalamazoo.
And I'll have Kalamazoo, and I'll have copies of the Atlantean and Shadow Kingdom there available as well. Can't say I'll have the second Atlantean by that point. Probably not, because when we do a campaign, we fulfill the backers first. Once all the backers are fulfilled, then I'll take the book to shows and we'll offer it for retail. And Shadow Kingdom and Atlantean 1 are available through Amazon, Barnes and Nobles. Your local retailer can order it as well. Any bookstore that works the Ingram delivery or the Ingram ordering system, we are listed there as well. And thanks to Critical Blast for that. criticalblast.com, folks. They have another large catalog of material that you might want to check through. I think that's it. We're out of here. I hope that you're all doing well. I hope you have a great weekend. Be safe out there. Thanks so much for watching us. We'll catch you on the next one. See you Sunday, hopefully. And I'm not sure. I don't think Russ is going to be with us then either. We might have a few extra surprise guests. We never know who shows up on Sunday. Maybe Scott Rosemo. We never know.
No,
probably not. Take care, everybody. See you next time. Thanks so much for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed yourself and deeply appreciate you being here. Take care, everyone.
Ugh, I hate these big ass prices.
Sounds like you could use some big ass savings.
I'd love some big ass savings.
Kmart Shop Your Way members save 30 cents a gallon.
30 cents a gallon? That's a big ass discount.
Big ass discount.
A really big ass discount.
Really big ass discount.
Honey, this solves your big ass problem.
Totally solves my big ass problem.
Dad, look at that big ass truck.
Big ass man.
Hello, big ass man.
Shop Your Way members get big ass savings. Save 30 cents a gallon when you spend $50 or more at Kmart.
Can I pet that dog?
No.
Can I pet that dog?
No.
Can I pet that dog?
No,
Can
he's
I
sleeping.
pet that dog?
Joke's on you, bitch. I love this shit.
I'm shocked to find that gambling is going on in here.
You're winning, sir.
Oh, thank you very much. Everybody out at once.
What was that? This is not a charade. We need total concentration. Now, once again, this time, with theory.
Some men just want to watch the world burn.
Can't nobody tell me nothing.
How dare you?
Get off my lawn.
Type of holes people prefer. Donut holes or Hardy's new biscuit holes?
B-hole.
Yeah.
B-hole has it over the A-hole for sure.
Why? What do you like about it?
The A-hole seems kind of small.
It's great.
I just don't like the A-holes.
B-holes are tasty and flavorful.
The A-hole is nasty.
A-hole tastes funny. I guess I'm just kind of a B-hole kind of guy.
Introducing biscuit holes with icing. The best kind of holes money can buy. New at Hardee's.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit.